Moms to 13 to 14-month-old babies, how are you doing right now, girl? Are you in the trenches with me? Yeah, I don't know what happened. Some crazy flip switched when my child turned 13 months old. I think my husband said he entered Leap 9. Like, my husband has like the Wonder Weeks app. He's all into that. He has become wild. I would say every phase up until now, I've been like, oh my gosh, I just love it more and more. Like, each month it gets better. And then he turned 13 months old and I was like, 12 months was pretty cool. It was kind of like 13 and a half months that I feel like the tood started and the crazy separation anxiety. And then now at 14 months, the major sleep regression has begun. And I kind of feel like I'm losing my mind. I just want to preface this and say, I really hope this doesn't come across like I'm just complaining. I am so grateful to be a mom. I love my son. I'm seriously so grateful. But we are just going through some sort of crazy phase right now that has been really tough for us both. The phase kind of started off with like super fussy, super clingy behavior, and now has kind of morphed into like very rebellious, very like, I'm Mr. Independent, but then I'm mad all the time behavior. These are all completely normal toddler behaviors. I know that. It just doesn't make it any less difficult. And I'm kind of just posting this to like ask anyone if they're going through it too. Just kind of looking for some solidarity over here. Also, Archer's sleep has been insane. I don't know what's going on. For the past 3 nights, he has been awake for like 3 hours at night. And he's not tired at all, which makes me feel like he's not getting enough awake time during the day. But also I have been trying to drop him down to 1 nap. Honestly, sleep confuses me so much and I used to get so obsessive about it, so I'm really trying to not be that way anymore, but I don't know what I'm doing. Every day I wish that I had an expert with me that could just be like, oh no, don't do that, do this is what you should do, you're doing this wrong. Because I literally feel like it's a guessing game every day and I never know if I'm doing the right things, if I'm doing the wrong things, what I should be doing. Okay, so here's the dilemma. Archer fights his second nap, which everyone says that could mean that they're ready for 1 nap, right? But he wakes up at like 4:30, 5 a.m. and will not go back to sleep. So trying to get him to the point in the day where he can take 1 nap is really hard. So what I did was like, he kind of started waking up a little later. He would wake up at like 5:36. And on those days, I would push him to like 11:30, 12 even sometimes for 1 nap. And it was going good because he would take like a 2.5, 3 hour nap on those days. Here's the issue. Recently, on some of those days where we do 1 nap, he's not taking a super long nap, or he ends up like falling asleep in the car or something gets messed up. So we are basically getting like 30 minutes worth of naps. And then I'm trying to give him a second nap because I don't think that's enough and he won't take it. So then I'm just pushing bedtime really early and I'm putting him to bed at like 6. Mind you, his normal bedtime before we started doing the transition of naps was 8 p.m. So this obviously is a huge adjustment. But when we put him in the crib at night, he's falling asleep immediately. He's not protesting at all. I literally lay him down in the crib and he closes his eyes and goes to sleep instantly. So I know he's tired, which makes me think maybe he's overly tired. I honestly don't know, because every time I let him sleep a ton during the day, he's up at night and people tell me, oh, it's because you're letting him sleep too much during the day. But then when I try to either cap his naps or only do 1 nap, then he's like so upset, overly tired, rubbing his eyes and waking up all night. So I'm like, I just can't win. I don't know what to do. If anyone's an expert in this area, please give me advice. I'll do anything. If you tell me I need to do a handstand and start clapping my hands and like snapping my fingers and toes, I will do it, okay? Just want to sleep. Genuinely, no one warned me that I might be in for a 1.5 years of not sleeping good. Like, I thought for sure, okay, you don't sleep good when they're a newborn. Like, everyone says that, oh, the newborn trenches. My baby slept great during the newborn phase. Baby was the best sleeper as a newborn. We literally were like, oh my gosh, we have a miracle child. Like, he sleeps pretty much through the night. By I think like 8 weeks, 6 weeks, he was sleeping through the night. And then he did a crazy switch up on us and became like the absolute worst sleeper ever. And ever since 4 months, he's just never slept good. I think we've only had him sleep through the night, probably like I could count on my hands how many times he slept through the night. And I don't know, like, does it ever get better? I don't know. With that being said, during the day while he's also awake, he has been a little bit of a pill. Very clingy, very fussy. So I actually signed up for a gym that has like superb childcare. Everyone told me this childcare is the best, like do this gym, because he hates every other childcare. Church childcare, regular gym childcare wouldn't do it. So I specifically got a membership at this gym for their childcare. Guess who screamed bloody murder the entire time at the childcare, no matter what I do? Archer. So basically we tried doing it for a solid month and it just wasn't working out. Like I was only able to work out for like 10-15 minutes and then he was coming in. So I had to cancel the membership. I'm hoping once he gets a little older, I can try something like that again. But y'all, I'm in the thick of it. And listen, I love my baby. I also am kind of a stage 5 clinger mom. So I know that it's my fault that he's the way he is. Like, I don't want for a second for me to be like, oh my gosh, how did this happen? Like, I'm not blaming him. It's me. I had really severe postpartum anxiety, so I never let anyone watch him. And that now has bred this thing where he like only wants to be with me or my husband. Also, I would say Archer learned what no meant around like 10 months, and he used to listen to no. Like, he would really listen. I would tell him no, don't do something, and he was like, okay, mom said no, cool. Now he's learned to say no, and he does not care about what no means. He will literally, I'll tell him no, and he'll be like, no, and do it anyway. So I feel like this is definitely an age where we have to start probably implementing some form of discipline. Like, I don't mean like being crazy, like nothing crazy. I just mean like saying like no and taking things from him, because right now we kind of just let him run wild and do whatever he wants. And I can tell that this is going to be a breeding ground for a bad situation if I let this behavior go on. So I'm all ears for any parenting advice. Like, I am not the type of person who thinks I know better. I don't know better. I don't know anything. So please tell me and I will heed your advice. I am all ears and open to whatever people have to tell me. There's no handbook to being a parent, and I don't genuinely know what I'm doing like 90% of the time. The things that I've been doing that have helped a little bit is that I've just been really getting him involved in whatever I'm doing and getting out of the house. Honestly, our worst days are days that we're home and we don't do anything, like we don't go out and do something. Our best days are days that we're out all day, which is challenging because we pretty much for like 3 weeks straight were just go, go, go doing a bunch of stuff so I could keep him happy, but my house was in complete disarray. Also gone back to work recently and sometimes I take him with me, so that's fine, but then some days I do have to work from home and do admin days, and that's definitely really challenging. I'm definitely open to hiring like a nanny 1 to 2 days a week, or someone like a mommy's helper or whatever that can just be here with me. I just need to start making some money from my job because I just came back and my job's commission based, so I can't really like spend money I don't have yet. But once we start seeing some income come in, I can look into that. Again, I'm a highly anxious person. I'm constantly on Reddit and on all the news forums, like looking at all the worst case scenario. So leaving my child with anyone is really hard for me. But I think if I just had someone to like be here with me in the house, like almost just like a friend that could just be like a body double, kind of like when my mom comes over to help me, I would love that. Like I would pay for that all day long. And then I kind of wonder if his molars could be coming in because he's constantly like chewing on stuff in those back teeth and it does look really inflamed. I just didn't think he would get his molars yet because he has like 4 teeth here and 2 teeth here. So I thought he would get some other teeth before his molars came in. But strangely enough, those are the teeth that look the most swollen when I look at his mouth. Also, he has really kind of been refusing to eat. He really only wants to drink milk, which I think is causing another issue because they say they're only supposed to have like 16 ounces of milk a day at this age, and he wants milk all day long. Like, I'm not joking. I think he drinks like 30 ounces of milk a day. I'm trying to work on cutting it back, but he will scream and protest until he gets a bottle of milk, and he won't drink it out of a cup. Like, he specifically wants a bottle. So I'm really working on trying to redirect him with snacks or food when he's asking for a bottle, but he's like honestly a smart cookie and he is very stubborn, like someone else that I know, me. And the other point that kind of leads me into is I was doing a ton of research last night about like why his sleep may be kind of deteriorating so much. And iron deficiency was a huge thing that I kept seeing pop up. And actually calcium can block iron absorption. Well, I don't know, I was reading this at like 3 in the morning, so don't quote me, do your own research, but that's what I think I read. And I think that could be why he might be waking up. Maybe he's slightly iron deficient because he's been cutting back on eating solids and he's been drinking so much milk. So I'm definitely cutting back on milk. Normally I give him a bottle right when he wakes up, and today I didn't. I just gave him breakfast immediately. And then I did let him have a 4-ounce bottle for his nap, where normally I give him like an 8-ounce bottle. So I am cutting back. It's just hard because he wants it and I hate telling him no. I don't know if anyone else's toddler is like beating the living crap out of them, but mine is. And I've been really working on no hitting. I technically know if this is the right protocol to do, but whenever he hits me, I say no hitting, hands are for gentle touch. He knows what gentle touch means. We've worked on that a lot. And I'll demonstrate for him, hands are for gentle touch. Say something kind of like, if you hit me again, I have to put you down. And then if he does again, I always put him down, to which he throws a tantrum. This works sometimes, but sometimes I'll put him down, he'll throw a little tantrum, calm down, I'll pick him back up and he'll start hitting again. And he will laugh when I tell him no. Bigger issue is I don't want him hitting other children and I don't want him hitting our animals. He loves to try to hit the dogs with like random toys and stuff. And I'm really trying to train him out of doing this because, like, listen, my dogs are really good with him, but dogs are not gonna like let you just hit them. And obviously I don't want him to keep hitting my dogs. So I'm trying to really work on not having this huge reaction when he hits and being like, no, because someone told me that that can make them feel like it's a game. So I try to stay calm, but when I can see that he's about to hit the dogs or like hit another child, I definitely am really like, no, because I am like panicking and I don't want him to hit our dog. So I definitely need advice about that as well. You guys, I think I need to go to parenting classes or something. Sometimes I feel like I'm like, other people don't have these problems, or maybe they do. I just am really hard on myself and I feel like, why do I feel like I'm failing all the time? Am I gonna start crying right now? Like, what's going on? But I just feel like sometimes I'm always struggling and I don't feel like other moms are struggling like this. Like, they just know what they're doing. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Discipline just doesn't come as second nature to me because I didn't really grow up with discipline and I am still learning how to navigate it. I'm gonna turn this into a tangent about myself, but if you guys are going through this too, let me know in the comments. Or obviously if you have an older kid and you went through something like this or a phase like this, just tell me what worked. Send me all the tips, please. My DMs are wide open. I'm here, I need the advice. Like, I'm all ears. And like I said, I will never turn my nose up at advice or scoff. Like, I'll try everything, so just let me know. Bye.